Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Graybeards. My name is Wayne, and to my left over here is good friend, aka Bug. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's going on? Happy New Year, Wayne Skip.
Well, yeah, it is new. I tell you what are we? I don't even know what day is it already? It is what? What
Four
is the?
days in.
It's 4 days into the new year,
Uh-huh.
and
And a lot is going on.
there is so much stuff going on. We have a lot to talk about today. We're going to try to get it all in a short period of time. Um, I guess the I know we talk as everybody knows we always talk a little bit before the show and get ideas of what we because we don't have any script. We're unscripted. We're off the cuff
Off the
kind of
cuff
guys.
kind of
I
guys.
am anyway. Basically, I can talk about anything for hours. It's just ridiculous. But anyways, so number one in the news, President Trump and his crew have um, captured the
This is
Venezuelan
a good word.
Demo, not Democrat, but dictator, democratic
Yeah.
socialist, or whatever, that he's not recognized as the legit president or whatever
hmm
ruler of Venezuela. He's not recognized by the EU. He's not recognized by the US or Mexico, anywhere, I guess, in the world. I did not know that until
That's
recently.
news to me. That's fresh news. As a matter of fact, that
Yeah,
you coming from you. I didn't know that. I did not know this cat was not the legitimate
yeah. I guess
authority.
what was it? I don't know the exact year, but it was like over 10 years ago. They had elections, and the woman, I guess there was a woman that had won the election, but he refused to recognize
See,
the results or whatever.
yeah.
He won the Nobel Peace Prize, I guess. I don't know what
This
I
guy?
don't know what she did has done to deserve that. I apologize. I don't know what her accomplishments were to be awarded the Nobel Peace Prize. I don't know that.
Mhm.
But apparently they went in and said, "Hey, we've had enough of your shenanigans." I don't know Maduro.
I think it's Monduro. I think that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Maduro. I think they pronounce it a little differently than it's spelt. Uh,
Yeah.
I think they speak Spanish down there. I'm not sure. Um,
Yeah. I'm
Forgive
I'm
me
gonna
for
guess
my
that.
ignorance on that, but
Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Hey, we're coming from the layman's terms, man.
yeah.
We're ground level.
I mean, personally, is it our role to go in there and unseat uh, someone that is in power? I don't know.
Well, normally no.
There
Normally
was
no.
apparently there was like I want to say $50 million
Yeah.
bounty
Bounty on this
on this
cat?
guy. Yeah, or
Yeah.
maybe it's 10. I want to say it's 50
No, it
million,
was
but
50. It was 50. It was a lot. It was a lot more. It
yeah,
was 50 million. Yeah. They
that's
want it.
crazy to me. Um,
I wish I would have captured the cat.
well,
But
you weren't getting in, you weren't,
I know. I don't oblate.
or
So I got
limited
caught at the
budget,
gate.
right?
Yeah,
Hmm,
definitely.
hmm.
Yeah. So yeah. So normally no, we don't go in there and just capture leaders and do that. But what has been said is this guy was a clear and present danger. Okay. Not only is he producing, manufacturing, and shipping massive amount of drugs to America. I've heard through the grapevine that this guy was sponsoring terrorist cells in his country. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That had bad intentions for the United States. That was one of the allegations against this guy. He's a dictator. He's a cruel dictator. He's the main reason a lot of folks from Venezuela left Venezuela and came up to the United States. And he's in cahoots, as we know, with
Yeah,
Russia and China. You know, and so he had bad intentions for America. So under that, yes, they should eliminate the threat. You know,
Yeah, I
you
agree.
got to get rid.
I would 100% agree with you on that. 100%.
Yeah, if that's what this guy was doing, then yeah, he needs to go. It's just natural. You know,
Send
if he
them
was doing
packing.
all of that, you got to
Yeah.
go. But that's true with anything. You know, we go back to World War One, World War Two. Regime changes, man. You was attacking us. You know, we did some regime. It's
Hmm.
no longer Adolf Hitler. You know, it's no longer what's the guy that was in France? Mussolini. Uh,
No, he was in Italy, Mussolini.
Italy, my bad. I'm sorry. Sorry,
Yeah.
French guys.
No, the
He's
French.
right. I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Sorry about that.
yeah.
But
But
French, you know,
I'm,
not to get too deep into that, but yeah, they just kind of rolled over France back then, and I don't know. I think they set up their own government, but that's what you do. You defeat somebody, and then you put somebody else. You
mhm.
do a regime change. This someone that's going to be friendly to you. You know, we're not going to put the same guy, same type of guys in there because you're going to have the same problem. So, hey, it
Well,
is what it
well,
is.
that's the problem you have, right? Because they're all lying to you. They lie. They are lying through their teeth. Oh, we want to do this and that, and
Mhm,
that's a good segue to the collectivism known as New York City mayor now,
mhm,
you know,
mhm.
democratic socialists. And these people protect supposedly voted for this person. Who knows?
It's hard for me.
I have zero trust in the voting system in this country. Write in the
Yeah,
comments down there if you guys think you trust the voting process in this country. I think it's so screwed up. Um,
I do too. You can't trust it. It's done by we've this country has become so large. So it's not like it
mhm.
was in the early,
Yeah,
200 years ago,
yeah,
but you got machines doing it, for the most part. Oh, we hand count every ballot. I do not believe that. And then you got the human factor.
absolutely.
Where you going to just find some individuals that that are honest enough that you can trust to count these votes, Like, yeah, Dick, go ahead and count these votes, you know what I'm saying? Unless you just don't tell them what it is, unless you
Yeah.
don't tell them what red and, well, I can't use those colors. It's good orange, orange and green. But the
Hmm.
orange was over here and the green was over here. And no, and the only top level officials know what that means, how many orange ones did we have? We had 10 million orange ones and 8 million yellow green ones. Okay.
Yeah.
So but if they know what that thing is, they're gonna count. No, man,
Mm.
where you gonna find these unbiased mugs? You gotta import some mugs from an whole nother country, from a freaking cave somewhere. You know?
Yeah.
Hey, come up here and just tell us how many of these things it is. You can't trust them. You can't. You,
Definitely
you,
can.
you can't trust it, man. So it's we gotta figure out a way. We gotta figure out a way to do the vote, man.
Yeah. We
You know,
don't.
yeah.
But it's
So anyway, that
it,
guy's in office, and you talking about collectivism. I've heard some radical things that he's doing. He's like some circles that I run in. You know what I'm saying? Are telling me that this guy's like, I'm going to tax white people. You know what I'm saying? That's my objective. How you going to tax a mug based on his color? And I'm talking about regime change.
mm.
Now, that need to happen. Okay. That's
Well,
unconstitutional. You're
they're
gonna
gonna. I don't have anything. I don't really care about anything in goes on in other cities like New
you
York
got
or
to, man. You got to
where
care about that.
I
Because the way we're
do because
structured.
it had I never let's put it when we restate that it's something new to me to be concerned of what's going on because I never was concerned that the people of that city were going to go to be communists. right? They just changed the word to socialist or collectivism. It's all communism in a nutshell. It all leads to it. It leads to, it's just through history. It's not something that I'm making up. It's proven, right? Someone gets in power, they get all the accolades, and they're like, well, this is how we're going to do things now.
Yeah. And like you said, we don't know. I'm not 100% sure that the citizens of New York voted for this guy. I don't know that.
No,
You
because
know,
they
they're
let
trusting.
anybody vote. They let any, but that doesn't make sense to me, right? You come from other countries, these people that flee these other countries to come here for freedom are voting for crap that they just left from. I don't make that
Maybe
makes
they
zero sense to me. I don't understand it.
don't know if they're voting for that.
Well, we don't, right? We don't, but
I
I
mean, that's
don't.
what's being touted, but we don't know that. We don't. I mean, we just said the voting system is invalid. So we don't know. I mean, that's a good headliner. I mean, to put it out there that hey, these guys are they're leaving a terrorist environment or whatever environment they're leaving. They're coming over here to vote for that.
Yeah,
No, man.
that's what makes it hard.
You think the mugs in
Exactly.
America, the mugs that left England, you think them cats voted for King Henry? Hey, yeah, let's vote for King. Come on, man. You still vote for that cat. You know what I'm saying? They, it's just leftist vote. We're not voting for that dude. You know,
Yeah.
we're not voting for any policies that we did a whole freaking other country. We're the prime examples. You
Mm-hmm.
know, so I think that somebody out there in the universe, because they're letting these mugs in, they're claiming that these dudes are voting the way they want them to vote. You
Mm-hmm.
know, just think about it. You leaving tyranny, and you're gonna vote for tyranny?
Well, they
Wait,
probably
you just
can't even.
relocating.
Well, they probably don't even recognize the language of the voting ballot that they're supposedly voting for. They're not
Irrelevant.
a lot of people, they're not multilingual. They may be able to speak some words, but doesn't mean they can read what's on the ballot, right?
Them dudes. Okay, all right. Unless you selective. Okay, I'll say this. All right. Unless you're selecting the mugs that come over here, hey, are you Democrat or Bush? Bush?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless you're selecting these mugs like that, then I'll say, okay, all right, it's them dudes. But otherwise, I'm thinking they're just letting these mugs over here, giving them the right to vote. But really, the machine is doing all the work. Whoever programmed their machine,
Preaching it right there. Preach it.
yeah, I'm saying, bro. No, I don't believe. I'm an unbeliever. Okay, I don't believe. Just historically speaking, you're not going to vote for something that you're running from. Yeah, I vote for lions and tigers and bears. I'm not
Yeah,
voting for
no,
that.
no. But
I
and
think
you
this
you
bear
have a
should be our
more
president.
you have a more conspiracy theorist, mindset than I do. I
Wait. I'm just going off your foundation that you built by the voting machine. Okay, the voting
I
machine. All this
we hadn't
stuff is
said
come.
nothing about that yet. The being,
Yeah,
what I forget the
yeah.
name of that program or company. What was it called?
You
Can't think of
mentioned
it.
it. I can't before the show. But
Yeah.
anyway, it comes from hey, it came from Venezuela, from what you was telling me. So that mug, it doesn't matter what language them mugs speak.
Mhm.
That machine is gonna it knows it can say freaking uh what was some girl's name? Um dang, I forgot her name. The lady that was running against Trump. Dang, it escapes me right
Oh,
now.
Clinton.
It can say Democrat.
Clinton.
Yeah, it can say that. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, the voter fraud is popping out in my home state of Georgia.
I can believe that they're saying it's like 300,000 votes or something like that.
Enough to sway an election. Okay, so
Well, Biden supposedly got that by 11,000 votes.
He squeaked by. That's small, in a sense.
And then they
So
find
man, that's me.
315,000 votes, fraudulent votes.
So
But
yeah. So
but
my thing is once hey, it's out there in the water. You see it.
once it's out there,
I can't
man,
look
it's
past
out
it.
there. There is
I can't
you are
look.
not pulling it. Once that um snake, if you will, voter fraud, that people have been suspecting it for decades. It ain't nothing new, right?
Yeah.
Elections have been rigged since who knows when, right?
Hmm. You
And
got
of
the human
course,
element.
and everybody goes, "Well, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying." You know,
That's yeah. Yeah. Who can shoot the best?
yeah.
You know, is the
That's
thing.
like
And then yeah,
my
nailed it.
son-in-law now he brought up the Michigan cheating scandal with Harbaugh, right? Michigan football. And I was
Mhm.
like, really, was it cheating or was it they were just being good observationists and doing stuff, tactics to learn the opposing team's plays? Is that really cheating? Is there a rule saying you can't have operatives in position to observe plays or signals? I don't know. That I don't know.
Long as you don't have anybody on the opposing sideline, I think you're good.
I
You know
don't
what I'm
know.
saying?
That was my point to and of course he wanted to bring it up because he's an SEC Alabama guy. Fair enough, I get it. That's his team. I'm not saying he's right, wrong, or indifferent. But
Yeah.
they Alabama got their butt handed. Sorry, Quinn, and all you
Mhm.
Alabama fans out there. Um, I mean that was a poor showing on Alabama.
It's not the
And
Alabama we're used to, you know.
no, well, that's the problem, right? And I get it. For all you SEC folks, this NIL is it leveling the playing field? I don't know.
Yeah,
For
it
other
is.
colleges, you're seeing a lot of Indiana. Come on, Indiana right now, Oregon. Oregon's been good for a couple of years, but um, they got all that government money. You know,
Mhm.
all that
But you
fraud
say,
out, all that fraud out there. Going on.
I think there was a time, man, those coaches the coaches that we tout as being geniuses and all that, they just
Mhm.
had the players. They just had
Yeah,
the players. They had the superior players. Now that you're leveling the playing field, you got to really have a good coach, a good scheme. It's similar to the NFL in some ways. Hey, these play
you can
you
be
no
the
longer
best.
have these.
You could be the best coach in the world, and if you ain't got the talent, you ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going nowhere.
You ain't going
So
nowhere. You ain't
yeah.
going nowhere.
Hmm.
It's
I think it is, man. I think it is leveled at the SEC, that powerhouse, and I'm an SEC guy. It's eroding. My team, Georgia, they lost another SEC team, but
yeah,
yeah, they lost to a team that historically they shouldn't be losing to. But hey, these guys got the skills, man. You know what I'm saying? This
historic.
guy
You
is.
you had to use the correct word. Historically, shouldn't be losing to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. That's right. Historically, they shouldn't even be there, but that has changed. Ole
Yeah, I
Miss,
mean, I know your Bulldogs. They went down. Um,
yeah, they
they're
gone.
they crashed and burned.
They crashed and burned. A
They
lot
had.
of, lot of,
I
lot
mean,
of
it was a
these.
closer game than the Alabama game.
Yeah. Ohio, they went down. I was like,
Ohio
yeah.
State. I was picking Ohio to go all the way, but again,
Hmm.
I was duped. I don't watch them. I don't watch. If I
Yeah.
would have known, and they played Miami, and
Hmm.
there wasn't a lot of scuttlebutt about Miami throughout the year. So I don't really get to. I don't sit and follow it. I don't care what the talking heads on din are saying because I don't I don't value their opinion like most people, right?
Yeah. It's harder to predict the outcome of games with how the talent has been dispersed throughout the
Hmm.
NCAA. It's hard to predict that. You can't do it like you used to. All the talent was in Alabama or Georgia, Ohio State, Penn State, Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Nah, it's everywhere.
Well, I
And
mean, which we can bring up Penn State, right?
mm,
Um, in the beginning of the year, number two, they're going to be so great, blah, blah, blah. Not the case, man. They're barely, I think they finished the season 7-6 with the bowl win, I think, something like that,
yeah,
you
but
know.
it lost a key component.
Well,
Um,
they did lose their quarterback in a crucial game. It has a that makes a
big
difference.
thing.
And I personally don't think he's the guy, though, if you ask me, right?
Yeah, you know more about that guy than me, but I know when he was healthy, they was winning. So that's all I got.
Yeah, but there was a lot of times when it come down to the big game, he was making bad calls, right?
Mhm.
He made bad calls and he made bad plays, and it cost them. It cost them the game.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm looking on the blah 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 here. Uh, there's
Speaking of
look.
blah blah blah, I saw our good friend Kyle.
Mm-hmm.
He was like
KB.
talking about my cats, cats, cats. Oh, we've lost four in a row to the SEC. I'm like, relax,
Yeah,
relax. You know what I'm saying?
he
Don't
said
panic.
he said something about him being Mouse. Kentucky's going to be a football school. I was like,
But
you
see,
could,
he's despair, man. Kyle, come on, bro. Cats, 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 baby.
yeah, yeah,
Come
absolutely.
on, don't
You know,
panic. Don't fold to the pressure.
yeah,
We still got a ways to go in the season.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We got
He'll
a
have to
couple
get,
months left,
yeah.
you know. So
It's too funny, man. It
we'll be
really
fine,
is.
Kyle. We'll be fine, Kyle.
It will be. Um,
Yeah,
but moving on
moving
from
on.
sports and football, which is really seems to have a lot of interest in the world.
For
The
sure.
uh, the other thing that's going on is this fraud in Minnesota, and I'm talking to all my family and friends that live in Minnesota, North Dakota, up in there. I really would, write a comment on what you think. Do you think it's truly as big as the presses or media has stated or speculated? Let's go with that. Or
Enlighten
is
us.
it?
What's going on up there in Minnesota?
Well,
What's happening?
supposedly, I think it's not just Minnesota. I think Minnesota was the first one to get called out. I know there's other places that are. I did not know that the government was subsidizing daycare. I never got any daycare subsidies in my time as a parent
I've
that
heard that.
relied on daycare at times. I don't know,
Yeah,
right?
I've heard
Apparently,
that though. I've heard that. Yeah.
huh?
I've heard that they were subsidizing daycare, meaning my understanding of it was like parents that couldn't afford daycare, the government would help them pay. Is that what we're talking about?
I
Or
don't
what
know.
was
That's what I did not. I don't know. I really don't know. But way it sounds, um, the government pays the daycare facility
to
based
be a
on the
daycare?
number of kids they have. They are giving them taxpayer money to provide this service, right? Where I don't know how the scheme works or the fraud is what they're doing or how the government subsidies work. I don't know. I really don't know. And hopefully someone down there, that are smarter than I that get a chance to do some research. I'm sure I could click on the old Google machine there and figure
Yeah,
out what is actually
yeah.
these daycare subsidy. I just don't know who in their right mind thinks this is a good idea to subsidize
Um,
daycare facilities. If you can't, and I get it, a lot of people, from what I understand, and I know when I was having to pay for it, yes, I had to pay for daycare. I would shop around, I would look for the best um, value and for the money, daycare wise. And you know, props to my wife who did. I say me, meaning her,
Mm.
because it was expensive then, but luckily, you know, I just don't know. I don't really know. Um, and if they're frauding the taxpayer, they're frauding not the government. They're frauding you, the taxpayer, you and me, and everybody, the 30 some people that may watch this video. You're the ones being frauded against. They're stealing your money,
Mm.
supposedly for providing a service, but not providing a service.
So that
Uh,
is, yeah, we'll have to definitely look up and see what's going on. But based on what I was hearing you say, my interpretation of what you were saying was that the government is giving daycare. They're paying. I thought they were paying them. They was helping the folks that need daycare. Their costs. I thought that's what the intent was, but I don't know. I mean, is that what you were saying that they're giving them this money so they can
they're
charge lower rates for daycare, or what? Or they're shell dummy corporations? I mean,
Yeah,
what are we
basically
saying?
they're so from what I understand, right, from what I've
Mhm,
seen is there's these daycares that are collecting taxpayer money
mhm,
under some program in the
mhm.
millions of dollars to provide daycare, yet they have no students registered. There's no
Oh
students,
my,
there's nobody in these day, and it's not just one, two, three, there's a ton of, and the government just gives them money without verification that they're actually providing the daycare services that they're being paid to do. That's the
that
way I understand it.
yeah, that's
And
going on. That's crazy.
yeah, you know, there's so they have a daycare center, and they've basically this is not just if for some reason now that we have a different person in office at the highest office in the land, the president,
Mhm.
that now it's getting attention. It's been being they've been there's people that have been in Minnesota I'm just using Minnesota because that seems to be the focus. I know there's other
Yeah.
states that are in trouble like Ohio and
Mhm.
other places, whatever, but um, they don't have um, anybody in there. They say they have 99 students or whatever, yet they have no records of the child, no receipts of payments that they are receiving from the parents, or they're whatever that apparently these it's just ridiculous. So
Bill was passed to allocate funds to these daycares. You know,
mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying. As I'm listening to you speak, who who allocated this money to the daycare? I mean, what bill?
Yeah, there's a
Let's see.
bill too. There was some bill that come out years ago. I don't know if it was started in the COVID years or what. I don't know. I don't know why you would need daycare for in COVID when nobody could go to work. The the process was you're to stay home and not go anywhere, and only essential like medical and police emergency services folks were should be working.
Mhm.
Um, Military, obviously, but anyway, we got about 10 minutes left.
Dang it, time flew by.
It does. I don't know. And of course, they're all blaming the Somali population in Minnesota. Um, I don't know. I don't know what uh, why do I care if it was the Somalians? I don't really give a crap if it's who it is. It could be, I don't know, Norwegian or somebody. I don't really care. All I care is they get these people, they go to jail, they recoup whatever money they can recoup back to the coffers, and then they put more scrutiny on these programs if they've lost billions of dollars just in this subsidy program, it's like USI, what was it, USID or aid or whatever
Mhm.
it was.
Yeah.
We would never have heard of any of that if Doge. And that's another thing, Doge. I'm pointing at the camera. Doge, how did you not find this fraud? How did you not know this fraud was going on? Right?
It's probably so much fraud going on. They hadn't worked their way down to that one.
Hadn't got to it.
You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's a very good um
saying?
yeah. There
Yeah. We're looking at billion-dollar fraud versus
yeah.
million-dollar fraud. You know what I'm
People,
saying?
it
Yeah.
just doesn't make sense to me that people are they just blindly uh and I get it, people need assistance, people need help, but billions of
But
dollars, it becomes
that's not
like
that's not
automatic.
help, bro.
It's not, it's a handout, not a
I
handout
mean, what I'm
anymore.
saying is if the funds was used, their funds ain't even being used for what they're saying is used for. That's the problem. You know,
Yeah,
somebody's just putting this money in their pocket. You know, it, it benefits. You must just stealing the money, Wayne. That's what I'm saying. Like you were saying,
it,
that, like you don't even have freaking um the daycare what they call them, daycare children or whatever. They're not there. There's it's just a not it's an empty roster. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? So there's nothing, it's just straight fraud. Now there's families out there that could be benefiting from this by putting their kids in that daycare, but they're not even doing that. We're not even gonna have kids here. You're just sending us money. You
yeah,
know, that's where I'm at. You
yeah,
know, I mean, I think the intent was, hey, you guys. Well, first of all, I take that back. The intent was fraud. Okay, let's just do that. But it appeared that these individuals were going to open up daycares so families could go to work. You know, Affordable Daycare Act. You know, you
mhm,
can go to work. You know, and become responsible citizens. This is to help you guys get on your feet, get good jobs. You know, your child can't be in daycare for ever, maybe a couple of years, and then that baby goes into the system. But they weren't even doing that based on the little bit that I've heard you say. It was just total fraud. So did I
100%.
did I hear you right? You know, did I hear you right? If I heard you right, you know, sometimes I don't hear you right, but if I heard you right, there was no, they had they was patroning no one. This was just money just going here into this vortex, you know? That's total fraud, man. You got families out there like, yeah, we can't wait to take ourselves to the new Somalian daycare center. We heard it was nice and it was good.
Yeah,
And then you get there, the parking lot's empty. There's nothing
yeah.
there.
There's
You
nothing
know, we're
there.
under construction.
And then, and it's funny, I watched this thing and they were like, the windows were all blacked out, the doors were locked, and
Come on, man, that's wrong.
this, 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 I don't know, CBS or whatever liberal reporter was, well, you can't expect to be able to just walk into a daycare. Our doors have to be locked. Da, 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 da. He was like,
Yes, I do expect it. I mean, yeah, they're locked, but you can see through the window. I mean, I had to take my grandson to a daycare a few years ago. I know
mhm,
how it worked. You got
yeah,
to have a code to get in, but you can see
yeah,
through there. You can see other cars lined up. You can see,
yeah,
come on, man. The windows blacked out. Really, man? Come on.
yeah.
Nah,
Yeah, and
man.
that's the thing is like something was going something is wrong. Then there was this guy, I don't think he's too smart, right? He claimed like a few days ago that someone broke into that daycare and stole all of the documents, the receipts, the 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 daycare registrations of children, stole all of those documents. No money or not, but they went in and stole that.
There was no one.
This
Hey,
I
I would
low
like to see that
IQ.
crime scene. I would
Well,
like to see what that crime scene looked like.
yeah, and it's like this
The
low
cash
IQ
register was turned
person,
over.
right, is running a daycare, right? This is the thing. Like, oh, well, you can't. Someone stole it. I don't. I can't provide you the information that you need because someone stole it.
The right wing did it.
It was somebody on the. It was
You
somebody
see,
that
you
didn't.
see the you go in there, you see the file cabinet that's capable of holding maybe about 100
Mhm.
files. That
Yeah,
mug is turned over. Look, there's evidence right there. They turned over the file cabinet. There's
yeah,
evidence of file. Oh my God. Cripple,
yeah.
man, man, this is comical.
It
This is
is.
so
It's
comical, bro.
hilarious. It's not funny what they've done. They've done something very criminal.
They've
Hey,
hurt,
don't
yeah,
touch the
they've
left
hurt
of the dog.
the
Look what you did. My dog's
taxpayers
being
of
great. You
Minnesota.
can't see her, but
No, I can't see her. Oh, there she is. Poof.
it's
She
just
disappeared.
the ghost of Penny.
I know, right?
yeah,
Ah, man, a hundred years ago, that'd been necromancy or something. They'd be
yeah,
like, oh,
yeah. She's
just
like,
brought this dog.
"Hello, Penny. Hello, hello." She's such a lover.
Yeah,
She is.
yeah.
She wants something. She probably wants to go
You
OUT.
want a treat? I want to go outside and chase some squirrels.
Did you say hi to
Something of
everybody?
that nature.
Hmm.
But yeah, fraud. Okay, wake up, America. Wake up. Come on, wake up.
Yeah, we're about out of time. So, and of course, I have things to attend to. She
Yeah,
is. I know you can't see her, but believe me, she is like right here. You
I
know,
believe it.
here's her
I
ear.
believe it. She's like, I want to get that cat that I see
Yeah,
on the TV screen.
I don't know. Well, everybody, hopefully everybody that sees this has. Please, I really want to know what you think about this. Is it real? Is it just propaganda on the left or the right? Um, I don't know. I just don't get it. And I guess I have a different life experience. I get it, right? I have a different financial situation than some. And if you're really hurting, and I really hope that the government is actually providing you some assistance with our tax dollars and making your life better. Believe that. I don't want any child to go hungry or turn like what they call a latchkey kid or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
without proper daycare, you want to have you want to when you're leaving your future in others' hands, you want to make sure
mm,
that it's a well established environment. You don't want to just have some regular person. Should be a
yeah,
learning institution as well. So, but you go there and there's tumbleweeds blowing in the parking lot, and the government has sank thousands or millions of dollars in this institution for this non-existent thing.
yeah.
Yeah, man, y'all got to look into that.
That's what I mean. I mean, as political affiliation aside, I hope everybody is thinking on the same page to get this fraud taken care of. But anyways, take care, everyone. Have a great week and God bless.
Happy New Year, folks. God
Yes,
bless
Happy New
y'all.
Year.
Happy New
Take care.
Year. Be good. Yes, sir.
Catch you on the next one.